I've struggled with this my whole life. Just made me so insecure and life-changing. Thank you, Dr. Lebowitz.
Dr. Lebo, Gyno, and beyond. Today we have a touch-up, a redo, but it has a backstory. He's 44, from LA. We became friends since we did the surgery. By history, in 21, he had a local guy outside of LA, I'm not going to mention any names, who did gynecomastia surgery, the routine, the old-fashioned, the non-high definition way. He did it on the local, and he felt everything, what I understand. But you can see the scar, what I call the non-stealth incisions, right there and right there, and he over resected the gland and the lipo. When you do the scars here, as I was just mentioning, you go against the grain. The pec muscles are these fibers that go kind of parallel. The origin is in the arm up here, and it attaches to the sternum here. If you go here, you're going against it, and you're going to actually kind of go like that. You're going to over excise the pec muscle. And then he took out the glands, no lipofilling, just really concentrated on the chest. We're going to show you in a moment the pre-ops from me, where I did his surgery September of 22. That's 2.5 years ago, where I did Vaser high definition power assisted liposculpture. Glands were gone, didn't have to go and open up the glands. Renuvion J plasma to tighten everything up, and pectoral lipofilling to recreate. And what I did, now suck in your belly, and again, he's 44, you can see the six-pack, 2, 4, and 6. My old way was to continue the semilunaris line down to the groin. Lately, aesthetically, in guys that, in their 40s, I want to evacuate this better from the belly button down. This scar is from a hernia that he had, belly button hernia, umbilical hernia that he had done before my surgery. So I'm going to recreate the midline linea alba, the semilunaris, flatten this down, get fat, he doesn't like that, and really define the six-pack a little bit more, but a little bit less bulky. He wants it less stealth, more natural. I want to get down to the hips more, so the lateral, like he works out, I want to get this a little bit more down, the serratus muscles, the lats, and do more pectoral lipofilling. And we'll see how much we have. Mainly over here, you can kind of see where I want to do this triangle, right there. You can kind of see it right there. This one side is not quite as bad, but more like here. This one is pretty good right there, but more like there, and so more lipofilling on the right and a little bit less on the left. Stealth incision in the armpit, by the nipple, inside the belly button, and use the same ones in the groin, but really get this flattened out beautifully. And all comfortably, safely, dynamically, if I can say that, instead of under general anesthesia where he's asleep, and you really can't. I'm going to have a muscle and flex and twist and make a crunch so I can really see dynamically where everything is. And that's about it. We're going to mark them and get to the OR. Thankfully, we have wonderful staff and visitors here, and we'll see you in the OR. Let's go.
So I know she doesn't like to talk about this stuff, but she's the man. She's that chick.
So now suck in your belly. So this is the midline linea alba. This is the semilunaris. Put down a little bit tighter on him. A little tighter, just like that. This is the six-pack. You can see very, very, very clearly. This is the filling. This is where I want to do. I want to fill right here.
Hello, let us begin by introducing ourselves. I am Han of Dime France, and we want to pump you up.
So Vaser is an acronym for, it's basically ultrasound. So it's variable amplitude sonic resonance. So it's ultrasound, basically. So I'm staying away from here because I want to maintain all the volume up north. I do not want to don't want to remove any volume there. And I'm going to more of an arch for him rather than a hockey stick, because I think he needs revolume of just below the nipple. Again, on the left side more. The beauty of about Vaser, it spares nerves and blood vessels. So I've had doctors who, my competitors, kind of the old guard, I'm not going to mention their name, they gave me shit for doing this in the armpit. Oh, it's all kinds of nerves and blood vessels. Let me tell you, there is, but there ain't. This saves that. And you can be very aggressive. I take what I call my smart hand, my opposite hand, and I guide it so I know exactly where the Vaser probe is. And when I pull it out, I'll show you in a minute. What the Vaser probe. I use the 2-ring long. I'm going to go down. I'm paralleling the lats right now. So if you come over here, you can see, and I'm really getting in there. This whole thing is hot, but the action is at the rings, which again, when I pull it out, I'll show you what I'm talking about. I think 3. Yep, I'm going down to the rib here. I'm going to transition to the nipple in a second. Now the 30 seconds, my friends. This up already. So this is the deltopectoral groove. I want to give him a minute. So go here. Again, it's all numb. And the delto bicep groove right there. There's a little bit. I can give you a little more numbing there in a second. Yeah. I'm not going to go crazy here. Just a little bit. This is a titanium probe, and see it's got 2 rings there. They make 1, 2, 4, and 5. The 2-ring has 75% coming out of the distal aspect of it and 25% circumferentially. The 5-ring is the opposite. It's got 25% out the tip and 75% around. I like this one. This is kind of my go-to. People experiment with the 5-ring, with the 4-ring, with the 1-ring. The 2 is nice, 75% out and 25% around. If I was doing thighs on a woman, I would probably use the 4 or 5-ring, which is more around and less, because women have more fluffy fat. Guys have more fibrous fat. So he had initial surgery outside LA, and they just over-resected his glands. Did lipo that was, just not really high definition or really state of the art, and he had concavity. So I went along, and nothing in the belly. So I came along about 2 years ago, almost 3, and sculpted his abs. Really nice job. Collected stuff at 12. So I'm going to go 1 minute up in the arm and do the thing. And fat grafted and did skin tightening with really amazing results. Probably I would say 90% improvement. So I came along and did, worked with what I got and did an amazing job of lipofilling. But the lipofilling is not 100%. It goes away about 30%. So he needs a little bit more work. Plus, my technique has not changed, but really evolved. Where some things I do more and some things I do less, is life should be. You should evolve and learn from things. So I'm doing the little things a little different. Mainly the lower belly, I'm going to evacuate that with the fat a little bit more. The six-pack I'm going to enhance a little bit, make it less bulky and more natural. Again, through just experience over the last 3 years. In a certain technique I've got, I call this the Cobra Kai, where I'm actually karate chopping that tip of the cannula to get at these intersections of this six-pack. When I do the six-pack, so right now what I'm doing is I'm emptying the underarm, the side boob, the armpit fat. So I'm emptying that right now. Yeah, I'm emptying that because they want that V between, that space between the lats in the back and the pecs up in front. And I'm really going deep. What's great about the micro air, and as you can see, I've curved this, so I curved it, so I can go in and scoop-a-doop. The good thing about this, I can get way, way low with my extra long cannulas. The horizontal here. Look at that. It's Here, Alonzo, look. So, what we've got, where I want to,
Okay, we go back to
see what I'm doing?
2 weeks.
So, Cobra Kai, like the Karate Kid.
Yep, that's show on TV still now.
Cobra Kai.
Yep.
Making a lot of money, that Ralph Macchio.
Yeah.
He's actually a friend of mine, Ralph.
Is he?
Yep. I know Ralph. See, I know Ralph, you don't. I know Ralph Macchio, you don't. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the fat's being processed right now. I got more than I thought I would. Honestly.
No problem.
So the delts. Good.
Take from that end, please.
Alrighty, Dr. Lebo, Gyno, and beyond. Today, 44-year-old from LA who about 4 years ago had not so good surgery in the LA, San Diego area. 3 years ago, I fixed him up where I did Vaser, high definition liposculpture of the abdomen, the back, the abdomen, the waist, top, bottom. I did Renuvion J plasma. The glands were gone. They were actually over resected by that guy in LA, San Diego area. But I did pectoral lipofilling on him and some deltoid, I believe. He comes back now, 4 years from the original surgery, wanting a touch-up, want a little bit more volume in his chest and a little bit more, lipo, which he's my buddy, he's my brother. So I said, absolutely, we'll do it. So we did it again. We did Vaser, high definition power-assist liposculpture of the chest, the full abdomen to the back, to the sides. We did Renuvion J plasma for skin tighten. Again, the glands did not need to come out. We used stealth incisions in the armpit, by the nipple, inside the belly button, inside the groin. We have closed drains in the dependent portion of the abdomen itself. He had an umbilical hernia done also a couple years ago. But we did Renuvion, as I said, and we did lipofilling. We put back in, over a liter of fat purified back in him into his pecs, into these amazing delts right there, the anterior, the middle, the lateral and the posterior, and as well as the lats. We emptied the space, we recreated the midline linea alba, the semilunaris, to these turtle doves down south here, snatched his waist, did the fupa. We did great. We did the six-pack abdomen, 2, 4, and 6. He wanted them really natural, really mild, really athletic, and mild. Mild. Because I do mild, moderate, and intense. He wanted them mild. Look at this great shape to his chest. So now when he flexes, he won't have animation irregularities on this. And look at the beautiful space that I call this the Hoyas triangle between the pecs and the lats. And of course we did this comfortably, perfectly, dynamically under local anesthesia. So if you have gynecomastia primary, or if you're unfortunate enough to have it done by somebody else and you got results that are not quite up to your standards, because remember, good enough in 2025 is not good enough. You need espectacular, they say in Spanish. You need, exceptional work. And this is what we did. Oh, by the way, look at this great deltopectoral groove. The deltoid, little concavity here and to the pectoral. Look at that deltopectoral groove bilaterally, which we created. This is perfection, and he'll be thrilled with the results. He'll exercise, he'll lift weights. I want him to not do as much cardio. I want him to lift freaking weights. That's what I want him to do. Eat healthy, eat clean, no pizza with extra cheese. So, Lebo Gyno, local anesthesia, comfortably, perfectly, and beyond. 631-424-0101 or email me at JonathanLebowitzMD@gmail.com. Let's go.